Hi everyone, welcome to Phrase It Friday. This week I am going to give you 4 new phrasal verbs. Normally I only do 2, but this week you're going to learn 4 phrasal verbs with the word run. So we'll look at that today. My name is Alex. I am the founder and developer of Phrase It, this fun English language card game that helps you learn how to play with fun phrasal verbs. And I'm working on my next Phrase It card deck called Phrase It 2. I hope to have that ready sometime later this year. I also invented these Phrase It dice so you can match the words and make sentences in English for fun practice. All right, so as promised, here are your 4 English words you need to know with run, the phrasal verb. So we'll start with run over. Run over is present tense. Past tense is ran over. And if you follow me here on YouTube, I did a video on run over and ran over before. So it's about, quickly, I'll just tell you again, you can look at all of my Phrase It Friday videos for 2018. Run over should be in that. But run over means to go from here to there quickly. So I ran over to the store to get some milk. Or I ran over to the gas station to get some gas or eggs. And we'll use past tense, run, ran. So you say it. Run over, ran over. Good. The second definition for run over is when I actually run over something. So let's say I'm driving along in my car. Oh no, what did I run over? Ah! Maybe I ran over a squirrel, a deer, antelope. Maybe I ran over a nail and it made my tire flat. Or I ran over someone's can or something, or a canteen or a bottle. You can run over things, but please do not run over people when you're driving, okay? That's not very nice. Okay, so we say run over, ran over. I need to run over here really quickly. My daughter needs help with her toothpaste. Just a moment. Yeah, here, honey bear. Maybe I'm a little, okay. There is your toothpaste. All right. Hey, don't forget your toothpaste. Here's your toothpaste. Don't forget it. There you go. Okay, thank you for waiting. So your second phrasal verb for Phrase It Friday is run around. And that means to go in one place or another. So if I run around, I might, like my children, they like to run around the neighborhood and play. Or I run around at a park. That's run around. And so run around means, yeah, to go in circles in one area or to go from place to place. Another one for run around could be like in relationships. It's not always a positive definition. It can be, oh, he runs around with a lot of girls, or she runs around with a lot of guys. I mean, it can be used that way, kind of more of in a that person has many relationships term. So that might be how it's used sometimes in English. I typically don't use that way a whole lot because most of my friends don't do that. But it could be used that way, run around. Or if you're really busy and you have a lot of assignments and jobs and tasks, we might have this idiom in English. We call it run around like a chicken, bark, 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 with your head cut off. And so we have this expression that if you're a chicken with no head, bark, you run around like crazy. So if you are from a country where you cut chickens' heads off and you eat the chicken, or you know, that's just an expression. When you eat chicken and you kill the chicken, you cut its head off. The body with the nerves inside of it runs around frantically flapping. This chicken is like running around. So we have this expression in English called, oh my gosh, you are running around like a chicken with its head cut off. Sometimes my wife tells me this when I'm dealing with many of my kids, or I feel like I'm trying to do too many things, or even a friend. I might tell a friend, hey man, you're running around like a chicken with your head cut off. And we'll say that because it means they're running around crazy. The same thing, past tense. I want you to say this with me. Run around, ran around. Run around, ran around. Okay, so we did 2 so far. We did run over, ran around. Or run over and run around. Run, ran. Okay, got it? Run over, run around. Our next 2 phrasal verbs, because I told you today is a special day, we're going to do 4, because I really want you to understand how we use run in different ways. So the next one is run across. run across. And so run across means also to discover, to find, or to get some new information. So if I'm looking on my phone and I'm looking at the news articles, I ran across, oh, interesting. Oh, there's an earthquake in this country. I ran across the news article about that. Or, oh, this is happening in this country or in this place in the US. I ran across a story on my Facebook feed, or I ran across something on my phone. You can also run across something when you're at a place and you see a friend. You're like, oh, hey, you know, I was at this coffee shop and I ran across this great idea I had. Or I ran across this new flyer I saw at the coffee shop that was talking about a music event later this week. So when you run across something, it's usually to find or discover or see something new. When you come in contact with that new information, you run across it. So here on YouTube, you run across a lot of English teachers and you find them through saying, learn English online, right? Or something like that. So you run across my videos. By the way, thank you for watching my videos. I hope these help you. That's why I do this, because I'm an English teacher at heart and I want you to go from here to here with your English. So if you run across this video, please share these videos with your friends who are learning English. That's to find and discover. Okay, the second definition of run across is literally what it means. You're on a bridge like this, you run across the bridge. I run across the room. My daughter runs across the room. This just happens. So it's actually literally to run across something. Or I ran across the street to get my mail. So run across. So far we have 3. And I want you to listen and say, run across, ran across. Good. We'll review all of them at the end again. Last one, number 4, run into. Ooh, no, that's punch. But run into. I'm walking. I run into a door. Okay. Or if you've ever been in those houses that have the big glass doors, but they were cleaned really nice. So you have these big glass doors, right? And you're walking and you're like, oh, it's nice. And maybe it's sunny outside. And you think your friend opened their door, but they didn't. Boom! You smack your face. You run into the window. That doesn't feel good. Okay, I got interrupted with a phone call there, but hey, run into is to crash into something. And so you can also be driving your car and you can run into a tree. You can also like run into a deer instead of running over a deer. If you run over the deer, that means boom, boom, and you go over it. But if you run into a deer, that means the deer stopped your car. Here's the deer. Bleep, bleep, bleep. Your car cannot move. You ran into the deer. Or if you're in Colorado, where I live, an elk. They are huge, but normally people run into deer when they're driving in the mountains. So that's run into. It means to crash into something. The other definition of run into is a relationship one. And that means I have not seen my friend in maybe several months. So I go to the grocery store, I'm at the post office, maybe I'm at some shop in town, and I go, hey, John, nice to see you. How's it been? I haven't seen you in a while, like a month or 2 months. And I'll say, I ran into John. Run into, ran into. So I ran into John at the store. Or I ran into a friend I have not seen in a specific amount of time. So that's run into. Also, if you click below here, download my 70 phrasal verbs that you need to know. Some of my phrase it cards like this will have some definitions of these kinds of phrasal verbs. But this video hopefully will help you define run in the different ways that we use it in English. And this should be in my, this is new, so this will come out in my Phrase It 2 deck, hopefully eventually. I think this one's in my original deck, this one's in the other one. But anyway, let's review your 4 new English words today. Say it with me. Run over, ran over, run around, ran around, run into, ran into, run across, ran across. Excellent job today. Thank you for watching this video. If it helped you, please subscribe and share with your friends. Also, you can get my new online English course, 8 weeks of English, that will help you survive in the United States and get around. so you can run around the U.S. with my online English class called English on the Street. To get that class, click the link below and it'll take you to my website for that. Thanks for watching, and I will see you at the next Phrase It Friday.